Morning, everybody. It's that day. I am Rev Rob Benashak, and I am so thrilled that you have joined me here in the stillness of this awakening hour of the dawn on this day of rebirth and renewal. I join you here for this sunrise gathering as the spiritual spinster, as I embark on some exciting new spiritually driven projects that I am hoping will jumpstart the personal ministry that I discovered as a minister at and as the pastor of the Institute for Spiritual Development in Washington, D.C. And what a beautiful way to greet this auspicious day. A day in which this year, 3 of the world's oldest religious traditions are aligned in celebration of their ancestral seasonal holidays. Easter in the Christian faith, Passover in the Jewish faith, and Ramadan in the Muslim faith. For us as metaphysicians, it is our celebration of the new possibilities and opportunities, a time to be born again and into our own life, to reclaim it with renewed purpose and reignited resolve, to use all of the gifts that we have been given to be the best that we can be. So whatever faith you have come to us with or from, today, I heartily proclaim happy rebirth and resurrection to you today. And so now let us unite our consciousness in prayer so that we can together experience the divine presence that resides within us, within all of us, by tapping into the God stuff that we are all made of. Infinite Spirit, in which I am contained and that is contained in me, let there be light. In the hush of this hour, sacred and still, I hear the rays of the sun whispering, humming, singing. Let there be light. The tones of the sun's rays swell and grow, expand. I can hear them. I can feel them. Will I see them? Let there be light. It cannot be contained. The first ray of sun's light pierces the grainy, dark horizon, shoots endlessly up into the heavens, and stretches boldly out into the universe. Let there be light. The sun is rising. Dawn is breaking. Humanity is awakening. There is light. Light is here. And so it is. So I won't be very long today. I say this every time. But before we move on with the service, I'm going to invite everyone to just take a few moments to reflect on what the intention for your experience of this day might be for you, for your experience of this rebirth and resurrection. And you can either put it down on a slip of paper, just like this one, and hold it in your hand as we move through the service. Or you can imagine it as a piece of paper in your hand and just kind of holding the idea of it within the palm of your hand as well. Either way, what I will do is I will write on one of these slips of paper the words everyone's intentions, and then I will send it out into the universe with flame using my beautiful cauldron. That was a gift from my dear friend, Brenda Paradiso, who I know is on here this day. And allow that intention to come back to us this day or this season or this year. So just take a few moments. I'm going to do the same because I want to do it with those of us that are here in real time. And if you are watching this on the recording or if you are watching on YouTube Live, please remember to hit like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook Live, be sure to write down in the comments what you think of what's going on today. I've noticed that the Facebook folks are a little more active than the YouTube folks, so please feel free to join in and just let us know you're here and to say hello and to just be a part of this rebirth. So I'm going to grab a pen, I'm going to write down my intentions, I'm going to write down everybody's intention, and then forward. And so I've written on this paper, as you can see, everyone's intentions. So this is going to be held for all of us. My writing's not that great this morning, but I'll hold that for all of us in the space. And then we will, of course, send it to the flames into the light as we conclude today. So I have a short reflection that I would like to share. Just about the nature of this day and how we are choosing to celebrate it as metaphysicians. And so I find us in this season of an increasingly complicated world. We have a lot of technology that is advancing quickly. Our lives seem to be moving so very, very quickly. We've experienced a lot of collective trauma in the world. Many of us have family who passed during the COVID epidemic. We've seen despair. We've seen so much that feels like we have been brought down to our knees, that we have died many, many deaths in the process. There's an increased complexity in the world that we live in, with our material experiences as well. With that complexity comes the increased opportunity for things to go wrong. We've got newfangled tools and gadgets and devices that may make our day-to-day life much easier. But the gadgets themselves are much harder for regular people, lay people, not technicians, to understand or fix or repair. those things. Did you ever have one of those gadgets? Your computer, your car, copy machine at work, start acting up for no reason, like doing crazy things it's never done before. And after driving yourself crazy to figure it out and maybe even, enter into a panic about what you should do, someone says, did you turn it off again and turn it back on? Did you hit the reset button? Did you reboot? And of course, this didn't even occur to you, this obvious low-hanging fruit of a solution. But you did it, and voila, all is back to normal. We're kind of in a reboot society right now. For all of our technological innovation and our obsession with advancement and our love of the new, we do love those reboots and resets and reimaginations. And just look up how many times that we've had these opportunities and have ancestrally and culturally developed this reboot and renewal process. Starting with the first day of the new year. We say goodbye, some say good riddance, y'all know how much I hate that, to the previous year with this childlike eagerness. We await this opportunity for this new year, this new life we're going to have in the new year. We see it in the transitions of the season, even from ancient times, the winter solstice, the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the autumnal equinox. All are seasonal transition points that we can leverage as opportunities to start anew. Some of us use our birthdays in this way. We benchmark them as another opportunity to begin again. And then, of course, there's spring. Now, spring is like the ultimate rebirth and renewal season, of course. And there are several rituals within the same season that we celebrate this rebirth and renewal. Of course, there's the spring equinox. And we have balance, and the amount of daylight is the same as the time of darkness. We have the Easter celebration, also related to the springtime. And even the Imbolc celebration and Candlemas, well, it's an ancient recognition of the coming of the season of rebirth, even earlier than our springtime rituals of Easter and the equinox. And all of those rituals are inspired by what is happening in nature, in our lives, with rebirth and renewal. We see it in how the world blossoms, how the foliage and flowers and trees and plants. Bette Midler said it best. In the winter, far beneath bitter snow, lies that seed that with the sun's love in the spring comes the rose. That really happens. Not just with the rose, with flowers and trees, plants. We've got live things that transform into other live things. The caterpillar that builds complete shelter around herself and goes into hibernation and then transforms completely to a whole other creature. Wings. She's a butterfly. She can fly away. Even our own bodies completely regenerate cellularly. Completely. Everything becomes anew. And of course, we've even seen, as I said, in the pandemic, this opportunity to stop, to not even have access to the way that we were living prior to it when it first hit at the beginning of March, right around the springtime in 2020. That opportunity to hit reset, to seek rebirth, to see our lives as something evolved and changed and rebirthed, which we're still in that process now. But we are in it. We're in it. We're in that gestation period. We've tried a couple of times to kind of come out early, but it's not happened. We're working on it. Rebirth and renewal. Knowing that we're going to be better than we were before. There are spiritual traditions, even outside of the Christian Easter celebration, which we are acknowledging today. And this is, of course, where Jesus, the man, dies from the material life and is reborn into his divine self, into his spirit life. A metaphor for what can happen, what does happen with all of us. But in the non-Christian traditions like spiritualism, and the concept of spiritualism, where those who have died corporeally, they continue to exist. Their personal identity continues after this change called death. And we can communicate with them in that space, on that plane. They've been reborn in the spirit plane and exist there. Or, of course, reincarnation, in which we believe that we will return to our human material life as many times as it takes to learn what we need to learn for ultimately ascending into our spirit life. So what's the point of all this? What do we recognize today? What are we up at the crack of dawn to acknowledge? Well, for some of us of a certain generation, there was a commercial for Total Cereal when we were younger. And that commercial had the line, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life." Today is the first day of the rest of your life. This idea of rebirth and resurrection is built into just about every aspect of our existence and has the power to be a true source of empowerment and inspiration for us. And so as the day is dawning right now, we have the opportunity to dawn anew as well. And we'll likely have that same opportunity tomorrow morning as well. As a matter of fact, each time we open our eyes, we can say thank you, because we have another opportunity to be reborn into this day, into our lives, to make it what we want to make it, what we choose to make it, what it wasn't at the end of yesterday when that day died. And really, you can do it with even shorter durations than 24 hours, or the calendar year, or the month. You can do it every moment. This moment, this one right now, is the first moment of the rest of your life. And if you don't like how it turned out, guess what? The next moment will be the first moment of the rest of your life. Yes, we know. In a month, a week, a day, we wither, we die, we shed a skin, or we go into hibernation. That's how the cycle works. Before we know it, we'll have new blossoms and buds, or a new set of wings as we emerge from our chrysalis and fly away. Or we'll have regrouped and regenerated after a significant life change, whether welcome or not. Or we'll get a new life from something that inspires us to be a better person. So with all that in mind, with the opportunity over and over again to be reborn, to refresh, to resurrect from the dead, I wish everyone who is watching in real time and on the recording, whenever you're watching it, happy rebirth, renewal, and resurrection. And so it is. So just a few thoughts, and I'd like now to kind of take those thoughts and take our intentions and to sit for a bit in meditation together, collectively, to kind of generate that idea of our collective consciousness, to really know on a cellular level and a spiritual level the understanding of the idea of rebirth, renewal, and resurrection. So let's get comfortable. Make your nest, if you will. Find your pillows, your blankets, however you want to get the most comfortable, where you can remain energized, but relaxed and reflective as we move through our meditation. Just get that spot that is your favorite pillows. Don't close your eyes just yet. Let's just take a moment to together breathe and just begin to pay attention to our breath. We breathe instinctively throughout the day. Our bodies are working 24/7 to keep us alive. But let's, for this moment, just become aware that it comes into our body and it feels a certain way as it enters into our nostrils, as it fills our entire body. What does that feel like? What's the sensation? What's the temperature of the air? Does it feel prickly? Can you feel it in your organs? What do you feel as you inhale fully? And then, of course, as you exhale through your mouth, how does it feel coming out? Does it feel differently than it did going in? Does your stomach expand one way and contract the other, or the opposite? How does it feel? Just pay attention for the next few breaths. So inhale, hold, exhale. Let's take one more deep breath. And then on this last breath, I'm going to ask you to just allow your eyes to flutter shut. So inhale again and exhale. Allow those eyes to close. So our breathing is going to return to normal, but keeping it slow and intentional. We're going to enter into our meditation by releasing now our attachment to our physical body. We have checked in with our breath. We know that breath is keeping us tethered to our physical self and safe, and in a sense is allowing us to take a journey for a few minutes away from our bodies into that spiritual self. Let's imagine our bodies first relaxing completely, and then just dissolving into the ether. And we'll start from our feet. So allow your mind to focus on your feet as they are resting comfortably. And just notice how relaxed they feel. And notice a sense of warmth, as well as like a wave of light in them. That light glows brightly and then it dims temporarily, and your feet have become invisible, have dissolved into the ether, releasing a part of your essence. Now just take a moment to move that filament of light, that wave of light, up through your calves and thighs and knees. Feel the warmth of that energy as it glows more and more brightly. It just dissolves. It's there. Your physical self is allowing your spirit self, your presence, your essence, to experience itself. Again, that filament of light, that wave, its warmth moves up to our pelvic area, warming, and then releasing. Our hips, then our waist, they just glow, disappear. moving up through our stomach and our chest, and our neck, just glowing and then dissolving. Now, before we move up, imagine that light filaments glowing down each of our arms, starting at our shoulders. Feel the warmth. Any aches or pains have simply vanished as the light glows and the warmth envelops us. Down our arms and our elbows, everything glowing and dissolving. Our forearms and wrists and our fingers glowing and dissolving. And now we move up through our neck. Any pains as it glows and dissolves, as that light moves up through our chin, our lips, and our teeth, and our cheeks, and our nose, eyes and forehead. Relaxed as it glows, and then dissolving into the ether. And finally, our crown. We just feel it glow with the brightness of spirit, and then dissolves. As the tone fades, we allow ourselves to bask in this freedom out our physical self, that our physical body, it's a peaceful and safe feeling to be just essence here. It's the void, but it's a void that is comfortable at whatever temperature is our favorite temperature, where we feel just free from burden, free from anxiety or stress, free from obligation, free from control or manipulation, whatever keeps us, whatever limits us in our own minds. We are free in this space. It's dark, and yet is beautiful, is relaxing, is soothing. And while we are experiencing this in a solitary way, we still feel safe. We still feel the presence of something greater than us, We feel that presence as us. Our mind is still going. In our mind and in our imagination, in this dark but gentle void, as we begin to hear tones drift into our space, we sense a pinpoint of light. We don't know how far it is from us, because there is no distance here in essence. It's just a pinpoint of light. Whatever color is bright and cheery, we just focus on that pinpoint. Curiosity. A little bit of anticipation. As we relax here, notice that pinpoint of light. Almost appears as if it is piercing this darkness. It's so sharp, that's how precise it is. As we focus on it, it seems to gain in intensity. Not quite size yet, just in intensity. It's brighter, maybe. It's really just more and more intense. Now as we look and focus on it, it begins to get not only more intense, a little bigger. Area in the darkness almost looks like it is tearing it. Tearing a hole in the darkness. Next few minutes, you're going to feel this pinpoint of light get bigger, tearing a bigger and bigger hole in the darkness. So it bursts through, ray shoots up to the sky. Next few minutes on your own time, imagine not just that pinpoint, but others. First piercing the darkness, then ripping through it, shooting toward the sky. More and more pinpoints. Ripping through the dark. Shooting toward the sky. Brighter and brighter. More and more intense. The dark being ripped through. The light. Until the darkness is completely torn and ripped and disappears, leaving only the brightest, warmest, clearest light, ray, beam, with the darkness gone and the light as bright as it possibly can be, warming and shining as we realize that our essence exists in the dark and in the light. But for now, the light is where our essences just choose to hang in the air for a few moments again, basking in its warmth, bathing in its clarity. while we have felt so alone, yet safe, throughout this journey, out the dark, sense other presences that are with us here, right now. Living in the past, in this light. Reach out to the presences that we feel. And these are people, souls, essences that may be here with us in real time, or they could be in a future viewing of the recording, or past viewing of the recording. In this light experience, the collectiveness of our nature, to strip away everything, to be the light, to share the light. And after we greeted the other essences that we have encountered, choose in our imagination, in our consciousness, to listen to a short message from the voice within our own presence and essence. This is your new day, the voice says. You are renewed. And when you return to your physical body, you are reborn. Now is the day. To take the first courageous step to ensuring your life, your choices are yours. You have been given this gift of consciously making yourself aware of the opportunity, possibility. Hear this voice as you see its great fiery light. Say thank you to you, because you know the voice of the divine is the voice of your own soul. And the concept that has just been reveal to you. You are ready to return. You are ready to put it into play in your own physical life. So we are going to return to our bodies. And we're going to do this by just paying attention to our breath or finding it again. We're still in this great light. But while we're there, we catch the breath coming through our nostril. Just comes up and surprises us almost. As we breathe in, we realize there it is. Exhale. We just do that a couple more times. We inhale, and we exhale. And each time we breathe, each time we exhale, our body begins to dissolve back into itself, into its shape. Each time we breathe, it becomes more and more visible in our mind's eye. We can feel the return of our crown and forehead as we breathe. We can feel the return of our cheeks and our eyes and our lips and mouth and our chin. Quickly but gently returning. It is returning without pain, without any tension. Our shoulders and our arms and hands, our chest and torso and stomach, hips and pelvis and thighs, and knees and calves and feet. Our body is here. We can feel the breath inhaling and exhaling. Let's just take one big round up breath. And as we exhale one last time with our intention, we'll open our eyes together. Look at that. The sun is coming in behind me and we are awake. We are alive. We are reborn. It's Easter Sunday. It's Passover. It's Ramadan. But it's rebirth and resurrection day for us. So I thank you for being here today on this day. And as promised, because I forgot during a couple of meditations in the last couple of weeks, we are going to burn. I'm going to burn mine first, and then I'm going to burn all of ours. So here comes mine. Thank you, Brenda, for this beautiful cauldron, which has now become part of the ritual. I appreciate it so much. Let's let me see it burn. Let's watch everybody's burn. So, intentions, matching flames, heading into the cauldron, burning out into the universe. All, of course, to return to us at just the right time. So that's it. All before 7:30, I hope, right? Yes. So have a great day, guys. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, enjoy your month, enjoy the rebirth every chance you get. Because this moment is the first moment of the rest of your life and mine. I will see you, hear you, experience you all very soon. Check out the Spinisters page, Facebook page, and YouTube channel. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't, and come back and visit us again. I love you. See you soon.